I know there's a few more questions online, so let's try to get to them. We have Kemi.
Hello?
We will have yes, to hi, Kemi.
Come back to you. Hi, good morning. Sorry. So I wanted to, my question is regarding what is going on in Kenya. President Ruto announced that he planned to privatize some of the public assets, and I was wondering if you could provide any view from the IMF. I also wanted to ask you, next week, President Donald Trump will be meeting with several African leaders. Some of those countries have critical minerals, so perhaps the meeting will resolve around critical minerals. As you know, a lot of countries, the US, China, as well as European nations, are very interested in African critical minerals. So I was wondering if you could share your view on given what has happened in the past and the corruption around critical minerals and the mismanagement of the fund received from the minerals. What is the IMF recommendation to nations across the African continent right now on how?
Kemi, I think we lost you.
And how to make the best of it.
Okay, so Kemi, we lost you for a bit in the middle, but I think I got the gist of your question. So let me now ask, does anyone else have a question on Kenya?
Yeah, I do. Hello?
Yes, Matthew, please go ahead.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Matthew Lee, Inner City Press. I wanted to ask about that diagnostic mission. I know I'd asked you about it before, but now it's completed.
Yes.
And does the IMF want that report to be made public, or does it expect it to be made public? I have a question on Barbados too, but I'll wait on that one.
Okay. All right, so let me start with Kenya. So on Kenya, maybe just to remind everyone where we are on Kenya. Our staff team is actively engaged with the authorities on recent developments. As you know, we've been discussing with them the timing of the next Article 4 mission and also their request for a new program. Matthew, I will come to your question on the government diagnostics mission in just a minute. A big part of our work with Kenya now is this government diagnostics mission. The technical mission just concluded on June 30th, and they released a short press release, which was just issued. This was kind of the first step of a process that we expect to take until the end of the year. So collaboration on government diagnostics, it will continue over the next several months. A draft diagnostic assessment report is expected to be shared with the Kenyan authorities before the end of the year. So that first report will go to the authorities, and then the report will be published once consent is received from the authorities. So that is the process that we'll have, but it will take quite some time to get that report prepared and ready. So kind of hold this space, we'll continue to work on it. And then Kemi, on your question on Kenya, what I can say is that we look forward to learning more details about the president's statement that was made yesterday. What I can say more broadly is that our engagement with the Kenyan authorities on privatization has been focused on establishing a solid framework to ensure transparency and good governance with the aim to unlock potential benefits. So again, our discussions have very much focused on having a framework, and if done well, we see potential benefits that could include, for example, increased efficiency, of improved private investment, reducing the fiscal burden, and improving service delivery. And Kemi, on your second question, I think the way I will approach it is to say that, and Kenya is an example of this in some ways with this governance diagnostic mission, that of course at the IMF we are concerned about not only in Africa but in all countries where corruption affects economic activity. We are concerned about governance. We have a strong governance program, and it includes a governance diagnostic mission. Government diagnostic assessments allow our experts to go and do a deep assessment of governance in a country, look at where governance weaknesses exist, and to recommend a path forward to improve governance and reduce corruption over time. We recognize that in many of our member countries, governance and corruption issues do have a significant impact on economic activity, and we are very committed to working with our member countries to improve governance and as an important part of enabling countries to achieve stronger growth and better